Alright, next up is the theater chapter, and if I remember this right, the theater chapter is not too interesting.
Say we rest in that theater.
That sounds so fucking good.
However, since this is a review gameplay walkthrough, we are going to test some of the limits here, and it looks like they do block you off with invisible walls. Obviously, when you're playing a game, especially in your first playthrough, you aren't going to necessarily explore when you're not supposed to. You're going to keep it moving more cinematic-like. That's interesting. They let you go quite a ways over here. And this is, well, I guess since it's the entrance of the theater, that's where they stop you. What am I tripping on? I'm not trying to play all jagged like she's tripping. And it stops my gameplay. So there's a wall, invisible wall here and here. But this is actual reused area where I believe Ellie's going to come out here by herself. And then I believe Ellie and Jesse will come out here. But it looks gorgeous. Looks amazing. But the visuals, the atmosphere, fantastic. The setup for her being sick is rather weak, quick, and kind of stupid. Because she's totally fine outside of just thrown up by the horse. They should have had a couple instances, you know, I don't know, just something showing her just feeling under the weather. I felt like they were too afraid to overplay their hand. But this is a post-apocalyptic game. You're not really expecting to deal with a pregnancy. But I guess it now, in retrospect, it's kind of obvious why. If you're not going to have a pregnancy, why even introduce a bisexual character like Dina? She would have just been straight gay. And that's not like, who cares? If you're going to take that out of context, run with it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if it wasn't for Jesse's sole purpose here is just to get Dina pregnant, just to give Ellie a family for the later chapter. He would have just likely been...
What's going on with me? Ellie,
a friend outside of mirroring that relationship.
Spores. I told you. I'm immune. Okay. You're immune? Come on.
Here's another thing that rubbed me the wrong way when I first played the game. Joel makes... Now, okay, Dina's young, but Joel makes such a big deal out of Ellie being able to breathe enough spores to take down 10 men. I forget what he says to Tommy, but that was the moment where Joel really got it. He was like, holy shit. Now, given, yeah, sure, Dina could be kind of young, but she just witnessed this, in her eyes, an unbelievable event that no one has ever been able to survive. And she's just like, oh, you're immune? Okay, come on.
I was bitten a long time ago.
The fuck are you talking about?
I was bitten and nothing happened.
The chemical burn.
Maria and Tommy and Joel are the only ones who know. Knew. Now you know. I can't get you infected if that's what you're worried about. I can't make you immune either. you say something?
Really? I think I'm pregnant.
What?
Don't worry, it's not yours.
What are we... What are we supposed to do now?
Nothing. I just need to rest for a second.
Are you fucking kidding? How long have you known?
I was late a few weeks ago.
A few weeks? We could have still turned back.
I didn't know. I wasn't sure, okay? I didn't want to be a burden.
Well, you're a burden now, aren't you? I'm gonna make sure this place is secured. You just rest.
You guys will have to put your thoughts and opinions below. I personally don't care about the argument or fuss. For me, it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't do anything one way or the other. Can I shoot you? That'll solve it all. Yeah, for me, it doesn't do anything one way or the other. It don't really matter. Even the conversation, how it played out. I still think the acting, the voice acting is great, even in scenes that I think are kind of stupid and a little bit off. Voice acting almost never wavers. It is fantastic. Was there something back here? I wonder if that'll stay broken. Isn't that in the cutscene? This is the area where what's-her-name comes to... Because believe it or not, I've actually recorded areas where I've done something and it'll show in the cutscene. For example, and a lot of people don't catch this, but if you pick up a hammer when you're playing as Abby and you don't use it when you're running around with Joel and Tommy, in the cutscene, she actually has the hammer in her book bag. Nice little, you know, little tidbit that details the word I'm looking for. That a lot of other video games, especially in the past, would just not have you have that stuff in cutscenes, you know? It would be so obvious you not having something you just had in a cutscene. Well, in that moment, is there something down there? Oh, you do have to break this to get that. So now, I'm curious. I wonder if I'll remember. Pay attention to this. I don't even think they show it. I think the angle is right here. And then here. I'm not sure if they even show it. When what's-her-name comes in, she comes in this way. When Abby comes in, she comes in this way, and there's Tommy. I'm going to pay attention to see if this is broke, because now I remember Tommy's right here. So I want to see if these are broken in the cutscene. How badass would that be if they are? I think that would be challenging, though, considering it. If you played a game straight on, fine. It could probably remember that and incorporate that. However, if you just skip, like once you beat the game, if you're skipping around for chapters, I don't know at what point does it would it record that type of damage. But I'm going to keep an eye on that now. Anyone on the radio? Still feverish. Don't have big cuts, so probably not an infection. The others are waiting until nightfall, then making a run to the hospital to get medicine for me and supplies for whatever we're going next. They're good guys. Shouldn't be taking this long.
Okay.
Oh, man. Looks like you died, bro. Where's your body?
Still, better be careful.
I like the remnants of people that were crashing here and not just, you know, because this is, what, 20, Awesome visuals. 25 years after. So it's not just like what happened when people left, but I'm sure these totes were from survivors. But damn, I can't make nothing. Really? You're not going to let me jump over that? Stuck in the wall. Yeah, 'cause I'm almost positive this just leads to a cutscene. I turn on a generator and that's it, ain't it? But as far as the details, there's plenty that you, I don't know, pick up on after the fact, like if you get wet and you pull out your journal or notes for some reason. I don't know about training cards. I only did this for one of the notes here. If you pull out a note when you get wet, it'll be wet. It'll have water still, as if you just came from the creek. So those little details are pretty freaking cool. And there's so many. And here's the thing is you don't even have to do that. Like, I wouldn't care if the paper was wet or dry. Some of those details just simply don't matter. But it is extra cool having the tools that you have, having them on you in the cutscenes and stuff. That stuff is cool because it adds to that immersion. And wait, take a look around. That is awesome. Look at that scowl. Some of the photo mode is awesome, right? But some of the looks on Ellie's face, she just looks frumpy, and not in a way that looks like Ellie. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, but she just has this like non-Ellie look to her. I don't know if it's the nose and mouth area. It has this front look to her. And it's not all the time either. It's just sometimes. Like right here's not too bad, but. And I love that. Putting on the hoodie. What's wrong with her eye? Is there something over there? No.
Damn. You get fried?
Oh shit!
Guess
Yeah,
you
he
weren't
did.
much of an electrician.
He fried himself. I thought we were gonna find him dead from being sick. Wasn't that the same guy that was sick?
Got it.
It's pretty damn convenient, though. I like that little touch. Pretty damn convenient, though. They found a place that people were already staying at. One spot they checked out. People are already staying at, and it has a generator and all set up. I don't mind those conveniences, though. It is a video game. You gotta cut it some slack sometimes. Like when you're running around as Abby in the snow and through freezing water, and then it doesn't even faze her for the cutscenes. She's just chilling. So she'll always put the hoodie on. Yeah, I dig it. Look at his rainfall, though. It's got this pulsating downpour. I wonder if your stuff is going to be wet just from the rain, or do you need to go into a puddle. Wow, I actually have a loading sign. Alright, you probably have to actually go swimming for it to look wet. It makes sense. You can count that as an extra little touch to the detail. It's not like they go, oh, no matter what you get wet. No, you actually gotta submerge.
What's this? All right.
Oh wait, did I go the wrong way? Oh.
All right.
I like the theater location. Probably because I like theaters. Now, I like...
Joel, you'd love watching a movie in this place.
I was about to say, I like movie theaters better. This is kind of like a play, ain't it? For theater for plays. Because I don't see no big-ass screen. Yeah, this looks like either for concerts or performances.
Spooky. No way.
You hearing that click? Was it because I had my camera on? And we gotta do a little sound adjustment here, just because the copyright claim gods slam me for every friggin' time there's a little bit of music. So yeah, the song's a bit on the nose. I mean, it's as subtle as a hammer to the face, and don't tell me that's it for the theater part. Yeah. Yep, because this is leading into the birthday day. No action in the next chapter coming up. However, there's a lot of little things. It's actually pretty neat considering all the details. Some of it, like you can see the cassette when Joel first walks up. I noticed that. However, it got me thinking again with the water. He dives into the water and then they pull out the cassette later on and it's like nothing, you know. But, all right, so this was a pretty boring chapter, if I could be honest. Thoughts and opinions in that comment box. Thanks for checking it out. I'm done talking. It's your turn.